Fiber onto the dorsal portion or palmar portion. This specimen shows in fan-like shape that there is a central portion here. However, some patients showing that the V shape or funnel shape. So there is a variety of the characteristics of the radial ligament. So this is the histological study which was actually done in the 2001. Then I found that the radial ligament is three-dimensional, nearly vertical arrows from the fovea region. That can actually, along with the rotation axis, pass into the central region of the fovea. So radial ligament can be easy twisting structure. Then triangular fiber cartilage was always attaching to the lunate and tricatum. So to me, the radius, corpus, and the triangular fiber cartilage rotating over the ulnar head during forearm rotation. So this is a three-dimensional description. So forget about the superficial portion, deep portion. Then there are the four fibers inside. That is quite difficult to understand. During rotation, radial ligament just twisting, rotation. If there is a dislocation forces applied on the DIUJ, then those fibers can be stretched to reject and also to resist the dislocation force. Also, showing that the complete fovea avulsion, you can see a complete fovea avulsion cases after I did a DIUJ arthrogram. And the MRI right side showing that the fovea avulsion cases. So if there is a fovea avulsion occurs, then the DIUJ shows a severe instability. Palmer classification was published in 1989. Then that he actually mentioned that class 1 traumatic, class 2 degenerative. Then the class 1B is the ulnar side tear. However, this is based on the radiocarp arthroscopic findings. I actually asked to the Andy Permer to confirm this one. Then he actually did only radiocarp scope. He didn't do any DLG scope. Andreatti actually further classified the Palmer's 1B tier onto his classification, the class 1 to class 5. Then class 1 is a distal tier, class 2 is a complete tier, class C is a proximal tier. So this is something like a three-dimensional description on the TFCC region. Then he actually mentioned the class 4 is a non-repairable tier. However, it is quite difficult to differentiate which can be repairable or non-repairable with an arthroscopic fashion. We need to open it to check that that can be repairable or not. I actually also did a classification on class 0 to class 4 on the radiocarp arthroscopic findings. Then that the stage 0 to stage 4 onto the DLJ radial ligament condition after the tear. So stage 3 is a completely radial avulsion, stage 2 is a partial tear, stage 1 is a sweet tear. Then that the stage 2 and stage 3 showing a DLG instability. And stage 4 is the chronic findings. Then normally I can do an ulnar shortening in this patient. Or I do an ulnar shortening with a repair or reconstruction of the radial ligament. The isolated tear was found in the 2/3 of the cases, and I see in a double region here. Then also that I sometimes showing the triple region on the TFCC. Health bar classification with more three-dimensional description, which was recently published. Then that I normally do a DLJ scope. But sorry that this video cannot work, and I will show you later. Then there is a variety of the findings of the radial ligament. You can see a complete avulsion in the central upperwards, and also that I see an empty radial ligament, which was surrounded by a synovial tissue, no tension on the DLG scope. Normally I do TF treatment for that arthroscopic partial tear. Partial tears, peripheral tears, I normally do a capsule repair. Then that's a foveal tear, I do a transversus repair. This is a peripheral tear here in that dorsal side to ulnar side there's tension, but partially healed with a scar formation. Then I did debridge those areas. This is the DLG scopic finding that the ligament can be attached but a little bit loosened. Then I actually, in this patient, I tried to do a capsular repair on here. in the longitudinal repair way to tighten the TFC. Then this time that you cannot do this kind of peripheral repair, but you can do on that transverse repair with sawbone. After repair, that the tension detained. Does it work? For capsular repair, that I do actually like this position. Then that I found that there's a peripheral tear. Then that I do actually passing from the ulnar side. I checked with the position of the where to repair. Then I do cut the proximal side to open it. Then I do open here. A little bit longer videos. I put them needles passing through here. You can see loops inside. Then once loops was going outside, then I actually introduced the sutures into the peripheral side to repair. The other way to the transverse repair that I normally use a drill guide with this position. Then drill guide is going into the 6R portal to check the position of the apex of the triangle fiber cartridge. Then I made a drill hole from the ulnar cortex inside the DIUJ, inside the radiocarpal joint. Then I made loops inside. Then once loops was coming out, then you can just tie down onto the anchoring the foveal region with the suture stitches. After repair, that the DIUJ stability will retain. I do open surgeries in some cases, and also that I do ECU half-slip reconstruction, which is representing the normal anatomical structures. Then I put 2 weeks upper arm casting for 2 to 3 weeks lower casting. After that, the patient can return to normal sports activity level for 3 months to 4 months after repair. This is the take-home message. So TFC is a three-dimensional hammock. If there is the foveal aversion, the hammock is unstable, but you can repair. Thank you.